Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Two Toe Tags Metal Reviews. And today we're giving you guys our first impressions of Ballistic, Sadistic by Annihilator. So Annihilator, really cool band from Ottawa, from our homeland of Canada. And we've checked them out before on our channel, like long ago and recently, because way before we reviewed or reacted to Alice in Hell, which was a really fun video, awesome song. And more recently, they released videos for Armed to the Teeth and Dressed Up for Evil. Both songs were awesome. Straight up, I really enjoyed both of them. The videos, you know, they are what they are. You can check out our reaction, see what we think of that. But I like the songs, and I'm really hyped for this album.
I'm hyped for it too. I don't know much about their discography. I put them on before, I've listened to their stuff here and there, but never really dove into an album and got into it. So this is kind of be a cherry breaker for me. So we're gonna go listen to Ballistic Sadistic for the first time in its entirety, and we'll be back in just a second with our first impressions.
Alright guys, we just listened to Ballistic Sadistic by Annihilator for the very first time. Vile, what are your first impressions?
The first impressions are pretty good. I feel like this album did exactly what it was supposed to do, and it just thrashed for about 40 minutes or so.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, not sure how long it is, but about 40 minutes-ish. Pretty solid album. Liked every song. There wasn't really anything bad about it, except one thing that you can kind of maybe consider a negative, and that's that I have basically the same notes for every song, minus a few exceptions. Because every song has great riffs, every song has a cool solo, every song's got cool vocals, cool drum patterns. They're all just very structured the same way. But that goes with the territory. That's kind of the genre, right? So I don't really consider that a real big fault, a little fault maybe. All in all, really enjoyed it. Highlight tracks for me include first track, Armed to the Teeth, which had the music video we reacted to. Second track, The Attitude, really cool stuff. One Wrong Move, track number 8, was really cool. It has a slow part in the middle, which kind of broke up the whole album, and it was really different. It stood out amongst the rest of the songs. And then the last two tracks, Lip Service and The End of the Lie, were also very, very good tracks. Lip Service was really cool. It had a bassline intro. Gave me a Dawn Patrol feeling, Megadeth. The whole sound of the song kind of reminded me of that. Has a lot of elements that other tracks didn't really have. Took me on a bit of a ride, some diversity in sound. Yeah, really like the track. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid album.
Yeah, and I can say the same thing. I think this album's solid. It's just that I kind of felt the first half overshadowed the second half. I felt like my mind was getting blown a lot more in the first half than it was the second half. But one thing I was thinking about the other day is that, you know, I think this album, first of all, I think this album, just from listening to it, would be a really good album to shuffle because the first half is so strong. But I thought, you know, what if I put this album on and just start with the second half and then put the first half afterwards, you know? Like putting that in a different order, how's my opinion going to change? That's something I'll find out throughout the week. But the highest rated track for me was track number 2, The Attitude. Because it started out all brooding, and then just gets disgusting, and I just wrote it's awesome riff after awesome riff. And that's really kind of the whole thing with the album. It's just really cool, fun, and just angry riffs.
Yeah.
But there were some songs where I just couldn't really say much about, like Riot, which is track number 7. Lip Service had awesome bass in it, and I love how it started with that. But I think that song is a good example of how I kind of think the lyrical content is lacking on this album. I feel like that's one of the only real like weak points for me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is just kind of goofy, just like there's not much depth to the lyrics. Things are a little bit straightforward. It's just not my favorite kind of lyrics, but it is, you know, classic thrash metal, so it's something you can expect at the very least. It's just not, I guess, my cup of tea. It's a bit hokey, but it's whatever, because the music itself is still really, really cool. Now, about One Wrong Move, it was really cool to have that break, that calm segment, and I really liked how it sounded. The only thing about it that I had any issue with was just how it started, because it was such an awkward transition that was so sudden.
It was a bit sudden, yeah.
That's really it though. Everything else about that I actually did like a lot.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't mind that transition. I thought it was okay, but I do know what you mean.
Yeah, but like the first half, I also really liked Armed to the Teeth. That's a sick song. I also like I Am Warfare. That was a really nasty sounding song. In a good way, of course. The chorus was super mean. It had some cool melodies in it. That's another thing I liked is that this album wasn't just like all the way through. There were some interesting melodies they threw in there. Stuff that had a little bit more flavor to it, and I liked that as well. Like overall, this is a pretty fun album.
There was one part in I Am Warfare that bugged me a little bit. It's just basically like a chugging part, but I felt like it went on too long. I was hoping it would like lead into a solo or something like that, but it just kind of went on and on and on. It's forgivable because it does still sound badass.
And it has all the guns and the...
I guess so. But I don't know. That's just a little personal peeve maybe. I will say one thing that actually annoyed me, and that's the very end of Out With The Garbage, track number 5. There's like a screechy, like,
Trash compactor.
yeah, super annoying. Like, please don't put stuff in your music that's like that. It's just so pointless. If you're wearing headphones, get ready to turn the volume down or pull the earbuds out when that song is ending because it is super annoying.
There is another
Doesn't have
one.
to be there.
I forgot which one it was, but it ended with a cough. Was it Dressed Up for Evil?
I don't remember. There's a few songs that ended with like a cough or people laughing or people like joking around or just promotion or
You
something.
mentioned that as we were listening to the album, but after you said that, that stopped happening.
Yeah.
Like the album heard you said, okay, we'll stop.
I forgot to say the Attitude, track number 2. There's actually a really sick groove that happens in the second half of the album. It goes on for a couple bars and then it leads into the solo. I fucking loved it. I can't wait to hear that song again. Because again, we've only heard this once so far. But overall, for first impressions, I was pretty into it. And I'm looking forward to listening to it throughout the week.
Exactly, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to this album constantly, non-stop for the entire week, and we'll be back to give you guys our final review of Ballistic, Sadistic by Annihilator. Anyway, guys, that's all we got for you today. Remember to like the video if you like it. Comment, tell us in the comments below what you thought of this album. What are your first impressions? Because we always love to know. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Check out our Spotify playlist in the description below. I'm TV Fish.
And I'll Self.
And keep the horns up.